Hey, Shalom. I want to start off by giving all praises unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Bachakwadash. Double honor to our apostles who are elders who rule well. Blessings and salutations to you, betters out there teaching and enduring truth and sincerity. Just going to name this lesson titled Excerpt in History, and how it applies to this time is the intent that I want to bring out, but I want to really go and settle in history, because, when we read about the captivities of Israel, which is a very important point. And this is going to be alluding to Baruch chapter 2, by the way. But it's a very important point because, things that are written aforetime are written for our learning, and there's no new thing under the sun. Okay? And so just getting out a couple points that would support that. All right? So when we go into the Babylonian captivity, okay, there's matter of fact, we'll start here. I get Jeremiah chapter 3. All right, because this is one of the foundational statements. And why is the Babylonian captivity important? Because the Babylonian captivity is synonymous with the daughter of Babylon. All right, in this captivity. All right, we've been relocated. All right, we've been pushed on by heavy gods. All right, this place is known as the daughter of Babylon, and it's associated with that, and it's also going to be spiritually connected as well. Yeah, as I was referencing, you have, they worship, you had Molech, Marduk, various gods that had their different abilities. And it's the same with, Greece and Rome. Those guys transferred from kingdom to kingdom. They kingdom hop, all right? And, it eventually merged with Christianity, okay? But all in all, from Astaroth, okay, it'll tell you that in, I believe it's the book of Judges, I like to believe. Yeah, we're going to go to Judges chapter 10, verse 6. It says, "And the children of Israel did evil again in the sight of the Lord, and served Baalim and Ashtaroth, and the gods of Syria, and the gods of Zidon, and the gods of Moab, and the gods of the children of Ammon, and the gods of the Philistines, and forsook the Lord and served not him. And the anger of the Lord was hot against Israel, and sold them into the hands of the Philistines and into the hands of the children of Ammon." All right, and this is in the book of Judges. This is before. So one got to think, if the Lord responded like that, what's the main thing the Lord's responding to? Idolatry, okay? So we're going to go into the book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 14, verse 12. It says, "For the devising of idols was the beginning of spiritual fornication, and the invention of them the corruption of life." Okay, and speaking of spiritual fornication, while we're at that, we might as well go to the book of Jeremiah, chapter 3. Okay, we're going to touch on that. So it says, we're going to like 3 and 6. Okay, it says, "The Lord said also unto me in the days of Josiah the king, hast thou seen that which backsliding Israel have done?" All right, and it says, see here, brother blessed us with a beautiful layout of this, man. The kings of Israel and the kings of Judah, because in that time, we got to remember that the northern kingdom was taken first, and the northern kingdom was taken through a combination of Pul, Tiglath-Pileser, something like that, and then Shalmaneser after that. And when you go into Jeremiah chapter 3 and verse 6, it says, "The Lord said unto me in the days of Josiah the king, hast thou seen that which backsliding Israel have done?" Okay, because like I said, Israel was the ones, if you really go back into the Kings, Like I said, the brother put up a beautiful chart, the good kings and the bad kings. The northern kingdom had all bad kings because it really laid off the foundation of Jeroboam, and that was the foundation of idol worship. Okay, remember, idol worship is the beginning of spiritual fornication. Okay, and to fornicate is to break to break wedlock. Not get married before had to lay with somebody before you get married. No, to break wedlock is to break a covenant. Okay, break a marriage, and the northern kingdom was first and in essence. Jake still was doing that, but as a king is, so is his people. And the king was very heavy. From Ahaz, he was one of the let me see, because I get Ahab and Ahaz mixed up. No, it's Ahab. Ahab, not Ahaz. Ahaz was the good king out of Judah, but Ahaz and Ahaziah, these guys were, setting up groves, killing prophets. Prophets had to hide and be fed with bread and water. The spirit of Jezebel. It was all kind of madness going on, all kind of wickedness Israel was doing. And because we have to understand that something that's related to you offending Yahweh Shai can cause an event that's unrelated to that, but it's totally related. Like you're getting punished because you did this, but you about to get these Assyrians about to run up on you. You're going to be moved to not want to pay your portion. Start jumping sides and moving. The Lord controls the spirit of the kings, man. He controls the spirit of the king. So how much more of an Israelite king if he want them to hop up and do whatever? Okay, so let's see here. I want to get this account real quick. It says in 1 Chronicles chapter 5 and 18, it says the sons of Reuben and the Gadites and half of the tribe of Manasseh of valiant men able to bear buckler and sword, and to shoot with bow and skillful in war, were 44,703 that went out to the war, and they made war with the Hagarites and Jeter and Nephish and Nodab, and they were helped against them. And this is important. I'm not going to read all this, but that was important to say because the northern kingdom, that's the bulk of the northern kingdom, and we got over there because that's the land that they settled when they looted. They looted, got the booty for the, crossing over Jordan, preparing to cross over Jordan, So with that being said, that's where they settled at, and that's, where they was building an altar unto the Lord to represent the Lord. And it was crazy because, Judah pretty much came back over and was going to check the Judah, Gad, and the half tribe of Manasseh about it. And it was because they thought they was going off, and it was like, nah, we just trying to do it to commemorate and remember our power. And it's ironic that, and the Lord does that, man, And it's crazy that he'll turn around and have it to where Jeroboam goes and building a real idol over there. You know what I'm saying? And that one made the northern kingdom to go off. All right. And that was really the stem of every of the northern kingdom going off was Jeroboam, if you really look back at it. If you really want to truly look back at it, it goes to King Solomon when the kingdom was rent between him and Jeroboam right then and there. That's when it happened. You know what I'm saying? And that's the core is idols. Because what happened to King Solomon? It was idols. Like there's the scriptures tell you in the commandments, thou shalt not worship no other God for no other God before me. Now, no Caesar Borgia, you can't do it like that. All right? Because that's what Jeroboam tried to do. What? He tried to tell them, hey, you instead of getting y'all to go over there to for the Passover, I want y'all to stay over here because if you go over there, you're going to get reminded of you being what we went through, and you're going to repent, and you're going to join them. So I'm going to need to build an idol, and I'm going to tell y'all this is Yahweh Shai, or the Lord. This is the Most High, and it's in this calf. So y'all don't have to go to Jerusalem to do that. And that's how it came. So why is that important? Because people will say, well, color doesn't matter. Why does it matter any color? It's this message. It's no. You have to match, you gotta match the truth with the truth. You can't do that. You know what I'm saying? There's so many guys that progressed from Babylon all the way up until Rome. You know, like I said, Astaroth, Ishtar, Dionysus, Diana, you know, Statue of Liberty, you know. Well, that's justice, but you know, the feminine spirit, you know, feminism, it just constantly progress and move from age to age, and it gets a new name, but it's still the same demon, man. You know, still the same demon, all right? And that's what our people were worshiping. They was getting into these same ideas and same concepts, because with these demons and idols comes types of worship and ways you worship. If you're into, you know, Beelzebub, all right, which is, it references Beelzebub, you're into that. That's, you know, they got demons for gluttony, lust, you know, sexual immorality, you know, all kind of perversions and wickedness, you know, and these demons require that type of energy and vibration, you know, and that's people call them gods, you know, but it ain't Yahweh should be outside, so it ain't no God, because there's only one true power. All right, there's many demons, there's many angels, but there's one true power. All right, and that's what these jakes don't understand, that still mess with tarot cards and all that, is that you may be calling on spirits, but you ain't got no control of that door you opening. You know, you ain't trusting on the Lord. You trying to open your own door because you found the key, but you're going to open up something that you can't control. It'll jump on you, tear you up, show you a thing or two, you know, because, you know, there was a witch that brought back Samuel, man. So those divinations, that is possible and it is true, you know. But back to what we were saying, Jake was into all that. So when you go into Chronicles, jump down a bit, into Chronicles, 1 Chronicles 5 and 25, it says, I'll go into 5 and 24. It says, and these were the heads of their house, even Ephraim, or Salakia. You know, it's talking about Manasseh and the tribes. All right. See here, no, that's some important information. Oh no, that's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for something else. All right, so let's get to it. Verse 26. It says, and the Most High of Israel stirred up the spirit of Pul, king of Assyria, and the spirit of Tiglath-Pileser. I believe they are the same person, and he changed his name. A couple of sources that I looked up. But yes, you know, you could look it up and see. I believe it was in the Josephus and Wikipedia, and it's a little church articles they'll put out. But it says the king of Assyria, and he carried them away, even the Reubenites and the Gadites and the half tribe of Manasseh, and brought them unto Halah and Habor and Hazar, and to the river Gozan unto this day. Because you got to keep in mind, you know, why those tribes? Because those are tribes that's right there on that side of Jordan, all right? And why would he do that? Because, so we're going to go into King Pekah, okay? I'm just going to jump to 27. It says, in the 250th year of Azariah, king of Judah, Pekah, the son of Ramalai, began to reign over Israel in Samaria. And he began to reign over Israel, because Israel, Judah, the Negroes, Latinos, Antilaki, the West Indians, you know, or you could say the Jamaicans, you know, Levi, Judah, you know what I'm saying? Pretty much Benjamin is the Jamaicans are the West Indies, you know, those Israelites are the tribe of Judah, okay, which consists of 3 tribes, okay? That tribe is significant because their heritage or their lineage or their kings always had the line of David through the prophecies that was set up. So it always was the king of the bloodline of David. And Judah was the tribe that were more heavy on the laws, and they more fought for the culture and the ways of Israel. All right. And because Israel as a whole, if we go back to our ways, our covenant, and our history, that would keep us together, especially in that time. So when Jake be left to their own devices, they'll start bugging out, man, start messing with these idols. And it's the same way to this day, man, and that's why Esau tried to continuously take and break up the family and keep everybody just in their own world, and not coming together and figuring things out and progressing thoughts and doing things better, and he wanted that way. He wants, united we stand, divided we fall. He understands that, So, yeah, going back to 2 Kings, the 15th chapter, and verse 29, it says, "In the days of Pekah, king of Israel, came Tiglath-Pileser, king of Assyria, and took Eon and Abelith, Maachah, and Jonah, Genoa, and Kadesh, and Hazar, and Gilead, and Galilee, and all the land of Naphtali, and carried them captive to Syria." You see? So he pretty much was made a deal with them, and then he decided not to pay him for some odd reason, and then they took him. So he called them over there to get taken. So that's what happened to the northern kingdom. But again, remember I said that there are situations where unrelated things, you could do something like idol worship, and you could do it so much that the Lord gets offended, and he said, this is what's going to happen to you because you did that. And the cause, idol worship, effect, we got taken out of the land, the northern kingdom. All right? So we had got taken out of the land and dragged into Syria, and then that's when the northern kingdom decided to, they said that we'll go to a place that no one has gone, to keep our laws, all right? Because again, Jake was trying to get themselves together. You got to think they went through all that hell and just got emasculated, because when you go into them captivities, man, they you pretty much servants. You don't have no home. They make you eunuchs. Your whole life is gone. You know what I'm saying? So it's real devastating to a person, especially of an Israelite, when we was in our culture, because that's what made us. All right, as many scriptures would back that up. So we're gonna go back into Jeremiah. It says Jeremiah 3:6. It says, "And the Lord said unto me in the days of Josiah the king, Hast thou seen that which backsliding Israel have done? She is gone up upon every high mountain and under every green tree, and there have played the harlot." Okay, that fornication. All right, all these other guys around them, because they didn't have to take for the Syrian captivity. Remember, he was already sending out money to help, so he had to have some type of communication. And Jake was out there going back and forth to them countries. Some Jake even when they got took in with Nebuchadnezzar, they even decided to stay. Okay, so you know what I'm saying, because they had many goods and things like that. All right, it says, "And I said, after she had done all these things, turn thou unto me, but she returned not, and her treacherous sister Judah saw it." And so pretty much they saw the Syrian Empire come and take them out, right? "And I saw when for all her causes whereby backsliding Israel committed adultery, I had put her away and given her a bill of divorce. And mainly the Lord turned his back on us, and he totally took us out of our land. Okay? And it says, yet her treacherous sister Judah feared not, but went and played the harlot also. And pretty much Judah went down the same pipe, but Judah had more structure as far as, they got more mercy, you can say. But because Gad got it, Gad got it, the Northern Kingdom got it in the worst way, man. But yeah, you could say pretty much once you had Josiah, it's pretty much, but Zedekiah, oh man, the things that they were doing to Jeremiah and Isaiah, how they threw Jeremiah in the pit, different things of that nature, had him in pit down in the mud up to his neck, and you pretty much crawling for your life all day, that's torture, man, and that's because they ain't, they disagree with prophets doing what? Telling them the truth. Again, we're in the same time, man. There's nothing new under the sun, things were written aforetime, written for our learning. These people, it says, some shall be thrown into prisons for my sake, so we have to keep that in mind. You know what I'm saying? And again, all these things, when Jake said, oh, we don't understand that, yeah, I'd like to ask, where was the Lord during slavery? And, Jake always failed to ask, well, what caused slavery? All right? What was the cause of it? And it was spiritual fornication, you know what I'm saying? But we're going to get this precept and relationship to it. Because Jake was bugged out. Jake was already there. There was Hellenized. You know what I'm saying? So it says here in the 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 and 3, it says, let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, which is we'll read up a bit. 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 and 1, it says, now we beseech you, brethren, by the coming of our Lord Yahushua Mashiach, and by the gathering together unto him, that ye be not soon shaken in mind, or be troubled, neither by spirit, nor by word, nor by letters as from us, as that the day of Yahushua is at hand. Let no man deceive you by any means, that day shall not come, the day of Yahushua, except there come a falling away first, and that the man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition. And that was during the Roman Empire. All right, that man of sin was revealed during that time. That's when that man of sin is Esau. Okay, that's when Esau was in its full power. All right, and everybody seen the epitome of the devil, man. Because when we talk about the Assyrian and the Babylonians, those are different nations than Edomites. All right, it says, who's opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called God or that is worshipped, so that he as God sitteth in the temple of God, showing himself that he is God. Remembering ye not that when I was with you, I told you these things. So it's telling you, and that's what Esau is doing to this day. So this is the modern day Assyrian captivity, Babylonian captivity, all Egyptian, Roman, all rolled up into one, man. All rolled up into one. This is the worst it gets. We're far past. We didn't went through the process of horrible years of slavery, to Jim Crow, to working at being so-called indentured slaves, as far as being contracted and to birth into debt, and to work until you're gone, and they're coming up with new concepts, and ultimately they're coming to chip, and create you, make you a forever slaves. And then they're going to just shove everybody in these little small cities, while they enjoy the Niagara Falls. You put on that VR headset, you bum, and sit in this aqua tank. It's just the same as actually going there, while they actually see it and smell it having dinner out there and shit. You don't got to worry about nobody stealing. It's Esau. This is his dream, man. This is his dream, man. And at the end of the day, the Lord is going to redeem us, just like in the book of Baruch. You know, the Lord, you know, we pray for mercy, man. You know, in this time, you know, just like you got Rome and all that, but you got Egypt with the Passover too, man. You know, yeah, you got the Maccabees, okay? You know what I'm saying? Jake overcame, man. And this time we doing Abaratazar, we finish it off and finish it off the right way, man. All right. Yeah. Yahweh Shai had led the charge on it with the 12 disciples, you know, and he left, you know, the remaining Abaratazar, we're amongst the elected, but the hopeful elect to remain. And he said, "You shall do more wonderful works, you know, greater things in these times, man." And one thing about these times, you know, and it's not of a boast, it's just what's going on, is that the prophets now have more in detail, can say way more specifically, you know, and it's not like it's a faith or nothing like that, because these were great men. But the point is, in these times, the prophecies are more clear and it's more manifested, okay? You know, even Ezra said, you know, he rejoiced to see that day, man. You know, I believe it was Ezra, you know, but yeah, it's kind of late, man. I'm about to take it in, you know. I wanted to get into more of it, you know, dealing in the book of Baruch in itself, and just showing how from the Syrian and Babylonian captivity, the Lord sent us into exile, man, spiritual and physical exile. All right, and we had to repent and change our ways, and the catalyst of us going into exile was idol worship. Okay, and that's what's going on to this day. You got feminism, you got the alphabet community, you got you know, gangbangers, you got this, you got drill music, you got, you know, the Fungo Lucky community, you know, the hippies, you got all kind of identities and gods and demons, which are just demons, just floating around, and you got high access to them, and then you got foods, the poison in the foods, you know, poison in the water, you know, indoctrinating you through TV, you know, hands in the, working you to death, detaching you from your family. You can't raise your kids, your children up right. Yeah, this place is hell, man. This guy got to go. He has to go. You know, with that being said, man, I'm going to give all praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Makar Kadash, Barakatham, Shalom.